Hey guys, my name is Oscar.
And my name is Ben.
Welcome back to our NFL podcast. We will be talking about Week 9 of the 2022-2023 NFL season. The first game I will talk about will be the Rams versus Buccaneers. We started off with the Buccaneers side. The offense continues to underachieve, although it managed to engineer a touchdown drive in the final minute with the rookie tight end, Cade Otton, catching the winner. Still, this doesn't take away from the play calling that has been ill-suited to fit the Bucs' strengths and poor execution, including wide receiver Julio Jones running the wrong way in motion. They continue to be plagued by drops to sixth in this game, their most since 2016. Now for the Rams side. The Rams offense runs through Cooper Kupp as they saw. Okay, start from the top from when. Okay. Now for the Rams side. The Rams offense runs through Cooper Kupp, and as they saw Sunday, it won't be enough against most teams. Even with the wide receiver Van Jefferson back, quarterback Matthew Stafford continues to rely on his number one receiver, who had 8 catches for 127 yards and a touchdown. But it was not enough, and the Rams offense has demonstrated this season that relying solely on Kupp has not been a consistent winning formula. Stafford and wide receiver Allen Robinson II connected on an impressive 15-yard catch in the third quarter, but he finished with 3 catches for 24 yards. Jefferson, in his second game back, didn't have a catch on 5 targets. The next game
that we will talk about is going to be the Chiefs versus the Titans. Starting off with the Chiefs must find a way to move the ball and score points when opponents decline to blitz against Patrick Mahomes. Tennessee proved perhaps something that the way to slow Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense is not to blitz. The Chiefs found a way to beat the Titans, but Tennessee was a third opponent to blitz Mahomes less than 20% of the time, and Chiefs struggled offensively all 3 times. They lost first 2 games. The Titans were still able to get the pressure on Mahomes without sending extra defenders, sacking him 4 times. And now the Titans. The Titans continued their second half struggles, this time scoring only 3 points after halftime against Kansas City. Tennessee entered the second half with the 17-9 lead over the Chiefs, but failed to come away with the win. The biggest difference was the lack of carries for Derrick Henry. Henry only got 7 carries in the second half, despite finishing the first half with 9 carries for 92 yards and 2 touchdowns. The next game that we are going to talk about is going to be the Packers versus the Lions. Starting off with the Packers, Aaron Rodgers looked a lot like Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Your thing not on.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre. Throwing willy-nilly and getting picked off.
Brett Favre.
Throwing willy-nilly and getting picked off 3 times as a result. And the rest of the Packers looked unrecognizable, at least when using the past 3 seasons as a baseline. 2 of Rodgers' interceptions came from the inside of the red zone, and a third just from outside the 20, and it marked his first games with 3 picks since 2017. He's had 5 3-interception games in his career, and none of the first 4 have come against an NFC North team. This time, it is against the Lions. That had 2 interceptions all season, going into a game that had been allowing 32.1 games per game. As bad as things had been for the Packers in their 4th game losing streak, losing 5 in a row to the 1-win Lions raises a whole another level. And now the Lions traded tight end TJ Hawkinson on Tuesday to divisional rivals Minnesota, but in his absence, quarterback Jared Goff threw 2 touchdown passes in his replacements. Shane.
Zylstra.
Shane and James in the second and fourth quarters. Detroit's offense had been shut out in the second half of every game since Week 4 versus Seattle, but that changed in the Sunday's victory against Green Bay.
All right. The last game to talk about will be the Jets versus Bills. I will start off by talking about the Jets side. The biggest win of Robert Saleh era was highlighted by quarterback Zach Wilson's best performance of the season. Under intense pressure after last week's 3-interception disaster, Wilson set a career high for completion average, 72%. Eliminated the careless decisions that caused so much harm last week and orchestrated a long field goal drive to win it. He had 1 turnover, a strip sack, but managed the game nicely. This was exactly what he and the Jets needed. It showed the Jets can be a playoff team if they stick to their formula, run the ball, play great defense, and play virtually mistake-free at quarterback. Now for the Bills side, Josh Allen played his worst game of the season, finishing 18 of 34 for 205 yards with no interceptions, and it could have been 3 interceptions, but the Jets missed an opportunity in the fourth quarter. The quarterback looked out of sync with his receivers, and the offense was unable to consistently put together drives or capitalize on most of the longer drives they did have. Allen's 2 rushing touchdowns established an early lead, but the offense couldn't build on them. One sign of the Bills' offense woes. Receiver Stephon Diggs didn't have a second-half reception. Only the second time he has gone without a catch and a half in the past 2 years. Thanks for listening to our NFL podcast. Make sure to tune in next week for more NFL weekly news. Bye.